Good morning, dear students. How are you again? Today we are going to have a very interesting lesson about equations on the coordinate plane. Remember that we have independent variable and dependent variable. The independent variable is a variable that doesn't rely on another variable for its value. Independent variable is a variable that doesn't rely on another variable for its value. The dependent variable is a variable whose value relies or depends on the value of another variable. What's this? Don't panic. Okay, we have independent. A variable doesn't depend on another one. And dependent, that's the variable that relies or depends on the value of the another variable. As if you are a young student, you depend on your father to give you money, and if you are an adult like your father, you depend on yourself to get this money and to spend on his children. So I have here an example. Amir is buying frozen pizzas for a party. The pizzas come in packages of 4 frozen pizzas each. 4 frozen pizzas each. Write an equation, make a table, find the coordinate pairs, and make a graph to show the relationship between the number of packages and the number of the frozen pizzas. Saif and Samir, how are you? Now, let P equals the number of packages of frozen pizzas. Let F equals number of frozen pizzas. Okay? Independent variable here equals, what do you think? Number of packages. Okay, and the Ahmad dependent variable equals total number of frozen pizzas. So dependent variable that depends on other values, total number of frozen pizzas, that's denoted by F, represented by F. Equation will be, focus with me, open your eyes. So I have here F equals 4P. Again, F for the frozen pizzas equals 4 frozen pizzas. P, what's P? The number of packages. This means that one package will give me how many pizzas? 4 pizzas. So here, create a table. Let's focus together. Create a table. I here have independent variable and dependent variable. The independent variable is denoted by P, and the dependent variable that depends on other denoted by F. So for each package I have 4 frozen pizzas. 2 packages, 8. Every time I multiply by, I can hear you, 4. Yes, Anas, welcome back on board. Write the ordered pairs PF from the table here, Hanan, in the coordinate plane. So 1 and 4, 1, 4. This point will be, I go here 1 and then go up, 4. So it will be in the graph here. It's in the graph 1, 4 here in the graph. So Nasr, where are you, Nasr? I have here 2 and 8. So 2 here to the right, and then go up to 8. This is point 8, right, in the y-axis, right. I have here 3 and 12. Yusuf and Yusuf, 3 and 12. Go 3 here. Yes, it's not written, but I know that is what Yasmin, that's 3 and 12. Go up until you reach 12 in the second side. So this is 3 and 12. Okay, guys, I have here 4 and 16. Yes, 4 and then go up until you reach 16. So it's 16 here denoted. Then 5, 20. Yes, 5. Rubin, how are you? 5 and until you reach here 20. Okay, Lean, how are you? The graph should contain only whole number points. You cannot buy a fraction of package of pizzas. It's obvious, very clear. You can't buy fraction of packages of pizza. Okay, you can't buy a half of the package. No, it's fixed. A whole number. Here in this exercise, identify the independent and the dependent variable in each situation. Okay, tickets to the museum costs $12 for students. Okay, for one student it costs $12. There are number of students going to the museum. The total cost of the tickets is $3. So what do you think? Where is the independent and the dependent variable? Here the independent variable is the number of students. And why? Because it's fixed. If you 5 of you go to the theater, so your number, the number of students is fixed. Okay, they are already in front of the theater. And the dependent variable, dependent, the total cost depends on what? Depends on the number of students. Okay, not the number of students that depends on the total cost. No, the total cost will depend on your number. So here we have that dependent is the total cost of tickets, and independent, that's the number of students. Like the example of you and your father. You as a student, what? Dependent, depends on your father, but your father is independent, he pays for you. The length of a rectangle is 7 meters, more than its width. What's the equation here? Equation equals the length L, let length will be L, equals 7 more its width. 7 plus W, let W will be equals to width of the rectangle. So I have the equation will be length equals W, that's the width, plus 7, more plus. This is the equation, the first step. The length of the rectangle is L meters, the width is W meters. Write an equation. This is the first step. Make a table. Second step, find the coordinate pairs. Third step, and make a graph to show the length of the rectangle for values of the width from L meter to 8 meters. Okay, let's do it now from 1 meter to 8 meter. From 1 meter to 8 meter. Let's do it now. It's very easy. First of all, equation equals, he mentioned that length is given in the question. Length equals width plus 7. Width plus more than means plus 7. So length equals width plus 7. This is my equation. I have here the table. Okay, I have independent variables. Okay, don't forget dependent variable, then the coordinate pairs. Khadija, not Khadija here, Saif and Samir. Coordinate pairs. So I have the width, the length. So the width and length here, here it is the ordered pair. So I have here the independent variable. Okay, here I have here the width is independent. Why? Because in the question he asks me to do what? It's given here in the question that the length equals width plus 7. So length depends on the width. The length here depends on width, right? because length equals W plus 7. So length depends on width. So independent variable will be the widthness. So, and he asks me here to do what given in the question? The values of width from 1 meter to 8. So I write here from 1 to 8 in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Okay. What are the dependent variables? The length. The length. So I here have for the length equals what? The length equals what here? The length equals what? 1, the width, plus 7. So 1 plus 7, 8. So here the length will be 8 for the first one. The second one, if the width is 2, here the width is 2, so L equals 2 plus 7. L equal 2 plus 7 will give me 9. Here for the third one, 3. If the width is 3, so 3 plus 7 equals 10. So length equals 10, and so on until 8. After this, I do what? I just do something very easy. Put the numbers beside each other to give you W, the width, and the length. So the ordered pairs here, 1 and 8, 2 and 9, 3 and 10, 4 and 11, and so on. After this, what should I do? I should put this in the graph. So what should I do here? Here I have 1 and 8, go right 1 and then up 8. First point, this point here. Then 2 and 9, go 2 and then go up 9. Then 3 and 10, 3 and go up until 10, and so on. And then draw a line connecting the dots. Okay, and this is the graph. In your practice book, equations on the coordinate plane. Equations can be represented by graphs on the coordinate plane. Sophia walks, example here. Sophia walks 4 miles per hour. 4 miles per hour. She wants to see how far she walks over 4 hours. So the distance she walks depends on the number of hours. The distance she walks depends on what? The number of hours she walks. So the distance is what? Dependent variable. The distance is dependent variable, and the number of hours is the independent variable. Independent variable. Step 1, write an equation to represent the distance she walks. Y for the number of hours and X. Here equation will be Y equal 4X. Y equal 4X. So here this means that she can walk 4 miles in 1 hour. So here Y for the hours and here X for the distance, the miles. So if I have here a table, for 0 will be 0, because here the equation I have Y equal 4X. So 0 times 4 equals 0. Ordered pair 0 and 0. 1. When I goes to 1 mile, so 1 mile equals 1 hour equals 4 miles. 4 times 1, so the answer will be 4 miles for 1 hour. 4 miles for 1 hour. 2 hours, I will multiply 2 times 4. This is the X. This is the X, and I can put here, substitute here. I can put here X. This is X. Every time the X is change it because it's variable. 3, yeah, 3 what? 3 hours. So I will multiply it by 4, give me 12. 4 hours, okay, will be 16. 4 times 4, 16. So then write the ordered pairs and then draw and then plot it on the graph. 0 and 0, this point, 0 and 0. And 1 and 4 goes to the right 1 and goes up 4. 2 and 8 goes to the right 2 and then go up 8. And 3 and 12, 3 and 12, 4 and 16. After drawing the points, I make a line segment here connecting the dots here. Okay, this is my graph. By this, we have covered lesson 5, equations on the coordinate plane. Study well from the PowerPoint presentations. If you have any question, don't hesitate to send it on Google Classroom. Do your homework. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Bye.